I need you to freak this. Do you hear me? And make him fall in love with you. Listen, I need you to tell me everything that he's up to.
Okay.
And I need you to take your time and get him to open up to you.
I'm Hayden.
Tamera.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How may I assist you?
Well, I was told that you could help me.
All right, Sistas fans. Now, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the upcoming Hayden storyline is probably the most intriguing thing about the show right now. Yeah, I know, right? Now, keep in mind, Hayden is one of my favorite characters to hate on the show, but I enjoy when he shows up on screen. Like I said multiple times before, Chris Warren, his performance is amazing because his body language, mainly the facial expressions he makes, are just priceless. So, yeah, he's a slime ball, he's a weasel, he's Randall from Recess, he's a jerk, he's a punk, whatever you want to call him. But you can't knock the performance. Chris knocks it out of the ballpark. But what I wanted to talk about here is really the Tamera plot. I mean, there really isn't much to dissect here. What do we have? Fatima calls up her cousin Madam to send over the baddest gold digger she knows to make Hayden fall for her, take him for what he's got. And what does Fatima want? She wants to know his every move. Tamera, get him to open up to you and everything, fall in love with you, and just take him for what he has. Essentially, do what Oscar did, or Brandon/Oscar did to Candace and the haves and the have-nots, and what Candace wanted Erica to do to David in revenge against him, again, on the haves and the have-nots. Basically, mark him. That's essentially what it boils down to. Introduce yourself, come up with a BS excuse for why you came down to the law firm to see if you had a case, and, go from there. But basically, we're in a situation with Hayden where I talked with a few people. I want to say about 4 people, and I said, and they said, and I even said the same thing. I think we might see a new side of Hayden here. Look. I know this dude's a weasel, a slime ball, but unlike the likes of, let's say, a Q, Jason from the Oval, or even Gary in this show, Hayden has done some awful underhanded things. I am not denying that. But we might be able to see a more sensitive, honest side to himself that we've never seen before. And Tamera might fall for the guy. Keep in mind, well, what did Fatima say? Small mind, small penis. But usually Hayden tries to big himself up. He talks big, and whenever he talks to, let's say, Gary or whatever, he's talking like, oh yeah, Fatima was all over me and whatnot. But in this situation, Fatima said, hey, put the moves on to make him fall for you. I don't think we've ever had a scenario where we've seen Hayden with a woman who is pushing up on him for a change. It's not him creeping behind Fatima, trying to sabotage the Zatima relationship. No, it's a woman who's attractive, who's actually coming on to Hayden. And when we get to the point where, let's say, he starts to open up to her, maybe we'll see an honest side to the character. His vulnerability, what makes him tick, why he is the way he is, and Tamera might actually fall for him. I think that will be a hell of an interesting plot line. We know the character of Hayden is going to be in the next season, so I wonder if this quote-unquote, gold digger extortion relationship might last. I'd actually like to see that happen, because of the fact that we'd be seeing a character who is semi-well established on the show, but we get to see another side of their personality. He could back off of Zach and Fatima because Fatima's old news. I got a new woman now. But it's only like, if he gets too arrogant that we'll see his downfall when he wakes up one day and Tamera took all the money. Which is interesting because, to my knowledge, Fatima isn't aware of Gary and Hayden trying to usurp Robin's control of the company by trying to cause him to go bankrupt. And now Fatima's in a situation where she's trying to get Tamera to take Hayden for everything he has, so he's damn near bankrupt himself. So what do you think? Do you think Tamera will do her job and leave Hayden high and dry? Or do you think it's going to be a situation where she actually starts to fall for this dude? it's kind of like that movie from back in the day, Deliver Us from Eva, when when LL Cool J's character Ray gets hired by, you know, a group of dudes in order to, you know, seduce Eva, Gabrielle Union's character, so she can back off of, you know, them and their relationships to her sisters. And I wonder if the same thing is going to apply here, where Tamera's a distraction, so Hayden leaves her and Zach alone, but at the same time winds up taking him for everything he's got, the same way he's trying to, you know, ruin Zach financially as well. So what do you think? Do you think Tamera is a plant who's going to do her job? She's like a weed. She's going to come in. What's it called? An invasive species that comes in like a weed, or just another plant in general, and they'll take the sunlight, the nutrients, and the water from another plant and choke them out, cause them to die. Do you think the same thing's going to happen here, where she's going to be the weed who like strangles Hayden and takes him for what he's got? Or do you think she's a seed that's been planted, but it's going to blossom into something beautiful? I think Tyler could really surprise us here, or just do the predictable thing. Who knows? But what do you think? Do you think Hayden is too, you know, he can't be redeemed, he's a slime ball, he does too much, he doesn't deserve a happy ending, you know, with Tamera, and he's going to get, you know, broke as a result? Or do you think this could be one of the best things to happen to the character? Either way, I think we can all just say the same thing. Hell, I don't care what Tamera and Hayden do, so long as they leave Zach and Fatima alone. So, with that being said, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and I'll talk to you in the next one.